Hi, today I'm going to talk about my portable bandsaw table that I have made to mount a Milwaukee 6232-20 deep cut bandsaw that I purchased from Home Depot. I've always wanted a bandsaw. It's been really difficult building my tiny trailer project without one. I have to cut metal very precisely sometimes, and my angle grinder just doesn't really do the job as well. So I decided to look into purchasing a bandsaw, which a good one is about $1,000. I'm limited in shop space, so I have to store it. So I actually went with this portable bandsaw solution because it's small. It cuts everything I pretty much want to cut. I'm not cutting, super large material. And I have a portable bandsaw in addition to a bandsaw table. So a win-win. Probably the only downsides, at least from what I can see on the internet, is that, blade selection is always a little bit limited. If you're cutting, like making knives and using, really high quality steel, you need a little bit of a different blade for those applications. But for mild steel that I'm welding with, this is more than perfect. It's fairly soft, springy, and cuts pretty easily with this type of saw. So one of the things with this type of saw is that they sell this. You can buy the saw at Home Depot, and it's readily, available on a variety of places. But you can find an aftermarket table made by a company called Swag. And they have version 1 through 4. They have different kind of mounting plate designs depending on which one you buy. I think the version 4, you actually have to take the foot off of your table saw or your bandsaw and put their foot on it, which is okay. But I didn't really want to be modifying my bandsaw to use it with a table. So I had to come up with my own mounting mechanism, which I think is not terribly unique, but does have some additional modifications, which I think allows the bandsaw to fit firmly to the table and squarely. And plus, you don't need to modify the table saw or the bandsaw at all. So let's look at the underneath of this. All right, I'm going to take a close-up of this. So underneath here, you can see that I have made this retention plate. This retention plate actually mounts to the extendable foot of the Milwaukee portable bandsaw. So you extend this out, and then you put this retention clamp over the top, and then you tighten these bolts down. And then that holds the bandsaw up against the table. Initially, I did that, and the bandsaw wiggled quite a bit. I mean, it was impossible to get it tight. And I saw in the Swag versions of these tables that they sometimes take this foot off and put their own foot on it, which is okay, but I didn't really want to be modifying the bandsaw and trying to figure out how to take that foot off. Looks like it's doable. Looks like it's pretty easy to do, but I just didn't want to change the bandsaw around. And so when I did that, the bandsaw was still pretty wobbly. So I added, additionally, this bar here. This bar just clamps or goes over the back of the bandsaw and holds the bandsaw up against the table more firmly. In addition, there's a little bit of the magnesium housing that is back here behind the foot mount that I added a shim back here, and that magnesium housing just sits on this metal shim, and it's square to the table, and that's what makes the bandsaw square to the table, because the height of this adjusts the left and right tilt of the bandsaw. I probably could have put like a screw in here and made it so that you could adjust it up and down, but I just kind of ground it down until it was perfectly level and the saw was square. So, to each their own. All right, So that's how the bandsaw mounts to the table. I really enjoyed this project. I've enjoyed making, or I enjoy looking forward to using this in the future. And I think this is going to be a fine addition to my my garage and all the fabrication that I do. All right. Well, if you want to see more for in terms of descriptions, pictures, please visit my website, DIYtinytrailer.com. That's my tiny trailer website. That's actually one of the reasons I built this, was because I needed this to fabricate parts for my tiny trailer. And I've been using it without a bandsaw, or been building it without a bandsaw, mostly just using my angle grinder and a cutoff wheel, which is very difficult to keep things square. So I'm really looking forward to using this. All right. Thanks for watching, and check out the rest of my videos if I do post any. This is my first one, so we'll see. All right. Thanks.